Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Chaffee. It's weather in 5 days in 5 minutes, and it's a continuation of Monday's doom and gloom in most places. Rain is moving through. Looks like the rate on the radar as of 9 a.m. is concentrated a bit more as you go south into southern New Jersey, down into Virginia and North Carolina. But there are still a few stray bands on the northern edge of this that are moving on to the northeast, and of course this is going to play through, and we should start to see improving weather conditions later today, later this afternoon, and tonight into Wednesday morning. But you can already see to the southwest from Louisiana on back over into Arizona. We've got more precip to deal with. The next wave is getting ready to come out. This is the third and final wave of the series here, and that will lead to much colder weather that will arrive here on Thursday night and take us into the holiday weekend. So here's how it looks on the satellite this morning, and the waves are pretty distinct and obvious. You see this batch of clouds here, you see this batch of clouds there. So this is wave one and wave two. Yesterday we had three waves, but the first one played along. And in this, after this last wave that goes by, the second wave, we're going to wind up seeing that shot of colder air coming down from Canada. It's one of these brief moments that we are getting where we are going to get actually cold for a couple of days before temperatures start bouncing up again. We're in the miserable 40s. You go north and west into north central and northwestern Pennsylvania. Temperatures are in the low to mid 30s there. There is a little bit of colder air that's coming down for tonight into tomorrow, and we're in the low 50s from Maryland down into northeastern Virginia. And as we go northeast up into New England, mid 30s to lower 40s. So what's happening is we are waiting for this weather front that this morning is lying right along the immediate coast. You can see it from just south of Boston to New York City, Philadelphia, then kind of works its way back into West Virginia. And then you've got the waves that are setting up for Wednesday, later Wednesday night, and into Thursday. Now, as far as what's going to happen here uh, from the standpoint of the rest of today and into the next 5 days. So here is your cold front that is right there. And of course, this all buckles back down to this wave that's back over into moving into West Texas. So that is what is heading here for Wednesday. And in the midst of all of this, there's a little bit of colder air right in here that is going to move southward. It is not going to be enough to cause anything substantial as far as snow is concerned for any of the big cities along the I-95 corridor. So the rain, you see it here for this morning. Just let me update the GFS here. So here's our rain this morning. This is actually the map that's up right now is for 1 o'clock this afternoon. So this is at the point where it's finally starting to move out. We get this little high that builds in and some slightly colder air that comes down behind it. And then the low moves out. We are seeing winter storm conditions, winter storm warnings up for New Mexico today. And that snow area diminishes as it moves east, only to get enhanced again as we go into Wednesday across northern Missouri up to about Chicago. And of course, here you're seeing it's all rain. There's really just no cold air. Some snow begins to break out in northernmost Pennsylvania, upstate New York, and into New England tomorrow night into Thursday. The low moves into western PA. We get a warm front to come through here with southwest winds on Thursday. And then now here comes the cold air that is going to be here for Friday and for Saturday. We're going to see temperatures Friday having a tough time in the upper 20s and lower 30s, and probably down to the teens and single digits Saturday morning. The core of the cold air will be overhead on Saturday, and then temperatures will start to bounce, and they're going to bounce quickly. We're going to see, we're at the time of year now where the sun getting stronger allows for temperatures to bounce a bit quicker under certain circumstances, and the winds go southwest here Saturday night into Sunday. There's a warm front that goes by to our north, and I'm thinking Sunday and Monday should be two decent days. A little bit of a backdoor front comes through Monday, so that might kind of temper how warm it gets. And now here comes the next low and the next round of of rain or snow changing to rain with low pressure heading up into the western lakes and eventually up into New England, and that's for the early part of next week. So, as far as snow is concerned, with the system for Wednesday night into Thursday, you can see where the action is going to be in and around the Great Lakes. There's going to be a little bit of lake effect going on here as we get into later Thursday. The southern edge of a coating to an inch, mainly along and north of Route 80 in Pennsylvania, and just barely touching northwest New Jersey and the lower Hudson Valley, north of Route 84. I mean, you really have to go up to I-90 and points north, where you're going to wind up with about a 3 to 6, 4 to 8 inch snowfall around the Great Lakes. Looks like a 3 to 6 inch band of snow running up through Illinois and Chicago and areas around Milwaukee, Grand Rapids, Detroit, in New Mexico, on top of what has already fallen, another 1 to 4 inches there, and lighter amounts as you head up the Rockies. And one last thing, we can bring up the temperatures again. I just want to just go through the temperatures here for the next couple of days, and we'll let the maps load up. So by the time we get, really not too much is going to be happening tomorrow of consequence in terms of temperatures, but these are the forecast highs for Friday, and we're looking at highs that are going to be pretty much in the, I think it's going to be a little bit lower than this. It's upper 20s and mostly lower 30s, maybe a little bit warmer as you head down into South Jersey. Then on Friday, that's for Friday. And then for Saturday, we're going to shave off a couple of degrees off of this, mostly 20s to around or 30 from New York City north and west, and from north and west of Philadelphia, low and mid 30s from New Jersey on south. And of course, once you get to Sunday, which is going to be a dry day, we bounce back up into the 40s. And for Monday, we'll probably tack on a little bit more, upper 40s to some lower 50s to cap off the holiday weekend. And still no snow in sight. And I'd have to tell you, folks, barring a surprise, you have to really consider the fact that we might not get an accumulating snow in the I-95 corridor this winter, one that is widespread and of consequence. It just doesn't look like it's going to happen. And we'll go over that tonight on the long range on the Joe and Joe Weather Show at 7 o'clock Eastern Time on YouTube. So be sure to tune in on that. And of course, check the latest forecasts on my free weather app, the Meteorologist Joe Chaffee weather app, which you can download on Google Play or on the App Store. And there's more 24/7 weather that you can follow on my Patreon platform, which is a subscription platform for just $2 a month. And that $2, by the way, helps us support all the other stuff I'm doing. So, including paying for the free app. So, keeping ads to a minimum. So, if you would consider that, that would be terrific. Thanks for watching the Weather in 5 today, and we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you later.